broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And back live trackside high above, looking down from the turn 3 blimp, qualifying already in the bag. 5-minute warm-up session done. Drivers making their final run through pre-race inspection, and we're going to get set to fire things off here tonight for 30 laps of racing at Laguna Seca for the Western Grinding Thursday night road course series, brought to you by Worn Out Racers. And what a night we're gonna have. What do you say we go ahead and kick things off as drivers make their way into their starting positions? Just a handful. I believe it's going to be about 3 drivers left to make their way through pre-race inspection. But as we've got you here, why don't we go ahead and get things kicked off here tonight? As the music begins, the drivers will begin to roll from the starting grid, starting inside row number 1. Your pole sitter here tonight behind the wheel of the Fast 49, Ethan Wilson, will bring the field to the green flag. Mark Axelson right beside him, the 69, with a great qualifying effort. He'll start from second. Kevin Santana and David Tamero right there in row number 2, and in row number 3 here tonight, Johan Wilson and Evan Smith. Past Freddie and Jeff Spotswood making up a row number 4, and in row number 5, the 369 of John Thayer and the 109 of Bender. The 093 and the 019 back in row number 6. Row number 7 here tonight from WeatherTech Raceway, Andy and Dean Miller. Raymond Causey and Frenchie back in row number 8. Row number 9 here tonight, the 52 machine, followed by the 00 of Richard Vanderhave. Paul Dillon and James Schultz round out your top 20. Razor cut Shane Donnelly scheduled to make the start, but missed by a handful of moments getting through pre-race inspection. And here we go. Drivers gonna head up the hill and through the corkscrew and get ready to go green flag racing this time by. So here we go, final few corners, and these drivers will be let loose. The iRacing Porsche pace car will head down the Bend Road, and we're going to let these drivers loose. There goes that left-hand turn, music fading away, and drivers coming through turn number 11. They're going to attack this starting grid, and on the gas, Green flag flies for the first time here tonight from Laguna Seca. There you can see the boss man at the flag stand working hard as he releases these drivers down into turn one. Stacking up the field as they make their way through turn one. Battle for that second position. Santana makes a move on Axelson. He'll make it stick through turn one. Now attacking turn two. Axelson looking back to the inside, not going to make the move. They'll wait and come around turn number 4 as the 49 starts to step away. John Sayre making a spot up on Spotswood through turns 5 and 6. Drivers hot and heavy at the front of the field. Turn number 6 and up the hill. Drivers are going to attack through the S's. Big bump right there. You're gonna have to watch those left side tires. You don't want to clip the dirt there, and it looks like one driver has had some trouble already. The 093 gonna have a little bit of an issue on the backstretch. Through the exit of the corkscrews, coming at you through turn number 10. Drivers quickly putting lap number 1 behind them and quickly separating themselves from their fellow competitors. There you can see everybody beginning to string out turn number 11 behind your race leader, and there it is. Ethan Wilson will lead lap number 1. We'll drop that Tommy and Corey over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you follow along just like we do once again. The drivers are going to try to close in and attack when they can, but Ethan Wilson walking away with a big advantage for the time being. We're going to throw that track information up there to the left, to the right-hand side of your screen. Sorry, let you find your drivers out there on that track map. Back it up with the timing and scoring over there on the left-hand side of your screen. You can see already that 369 had some issues. John Sayre had some troubles, and he's fallen deep in the field. The second lap in the books. Lap number 3 it goes on the board. Ethan Wilson continuing to lead here tonight out to a 1 second advantage over Kevin Santana, watching the 69 of Mark Axelson, who sits in third. Handful of battles out there and a handful of drivers making up some positions. Let's go take a look at this 52 machine. Biggest mover of the race so far. Started back outside of your top 15, and here he is now inside of your top 10, running in that 9th position. Great run up through the field. We'll see if this 52 can continue his charge. Gonna jump around the track just a little bit, trying to bring you some of the action out here. Kevin Santana beginning to close in on Ethan Wilson. What was almost a 2-second advantage has went to 1 second, and now reeling in your race leader is Santana. Through the final corner, up the hill, and around the turn number 1. 666 is right here looking to the outside. Looking to go the long way around in turn number 1. Crossover, maybe. No, it's going to get closed off, pinched down through the exit of turn 1. Wilson putting his LMP2 machine right where it needed to be. Mark Axelson looks like he's trying to close in a little bit, but even with these two battling, doesn't seem to be making up too much time. Evan Smith going to go by Fast Freddy for that 5th position, so move the 17 into a top 5 spot. 52 is going to go by Andy for the 11th position. Taking a look around, what do you say we go right here? So let's check out some of these drivers going around. The 52, the 019, the 093, all lined up with each other. Chris Llewellyn up 2 spots from where he qualified here tonight, running well. And what do you say we jump on board with Llewellyn for a moment here? tight cockpit, and you can feel every pitch and roll as drivers make their way around this 2.2 mile 11 turn road course. And a driver to pit road, the 109 of Bender going to head to pit road. A little bit of a lockup by the 52. Closing in is that 019. Want to run through the final corner. He'll come up the hill, and what do you say we go now to the man that's been dominating here on Thursday nights with the Western Grinding Thursday Night Series. The man behind the wheel of this 66 machine, Kevin Santana, trying to close in on your race leader. John Sayer in the 369, also carrying one of our onboard cameras. We'll ride around the track for a few corners here as Sayer begins to close in on James Schultz, the 420. Right in front of him, Richard Vanderhave, not too far off right there. Vanderhave up 4 positions from 18th to 14th. Ooh, a little bit of an opportunistic move there. Not going to push the envelope too much. Sayer going to back out of that one, as Jeff Spotswood going to have some trouble. Jeff Spotswood with issues here. We'll jump back outside of the car. What do you say we go? Well, we're going to sit here for that pass. What a move there by Sayer to get by. Oh, boy, James Schultz out of shape. Coming through the S's, the corkscrew section, catching him a little bit off guard. Almost a big bad moment for the Barbie car. Well, you know why? Because he's a Barbie girl living in a Barbie world. You think I'm playing? Here you go. Let's get a little closer shot of this machine. And I tell you what, I like it. I like it. Sarah looking for some more positions, battling now with that 74 of Fast Freddy. Sayer sitting in the final spot inside of the top 15. 2 more positions right there, just lingering in front of them. And we told you we were going to go back and find out what happened to Jeff Spotswood. Let's check the replay real quick here. WC the 83 cresting the hill, and it looks like a driver going to have trouble in these S's. But there it is, going to go off track and around. Have a little bit of a moment. And we're going to get back live with the battle underway still. John Sayer and Fast Freddy going at it. So we're going to leave this battle and go to the battle for the race lead. Back in the front once again, Ethan Wilson continuing to show the way. He's led all 6 laps so far here tonight. Still another 24 to go, and Santana is right there, still knocking on the door. Axelson has been able to close in about 0.8 of a second, so your top 3 still within just about 1 second of each other. The 69 gonna look to stay in touch with 2 fast machines here from Laguna Seca. David Tamira, how about Tamira? Quiet night for this man right here, just quietly running in 4th. Started in the 4th position, has held that spot down, hasn't really gave up too much ground or time to those top 3. So just nice and smooth, steady on the track here tonight from Laguna Seca. Your top 5, no off-track moments, no incident points to speak of so far. We'll see how many of these drivers make it out of here with a clean race here tonight. Ethan Wilson continuing to show the way. Kevin Santana sitting in 2nd with Mark Axelson in 3rd. David Tamira 4th. Evan Wilson back in 5th. The 52 is going to make up that 6th spot. Chris Llewellyn, Jeff Spotswood, Paul Dillon, and the 093 round out your top 10. Let's go a little further back in the pack. What do you say we got a 3, make that 4-car battle? John Sayer, we said he had 2 positions lingering just off in front of him. He's going to pick up those positions, hit by Freddie as well as Vanderhey, but he's going to add Dean Miller to the list as well. Miller going to move into that 14th position. Paul Dillon with issues. Paul Dillon with a big slide through the running order. The 113 is going to have some trouble, and Bender also going to have an off-track moment. Oh, boy. Let's go back. Let's check this replay real quick here. Paul Dillon coming down into turn 1. He's going to have a huge lock up and spin the car around right here. Going to have a big lock up, and the 109 of Bender with a big wiggle coming out of turn number 1 as we head back live with your racing action. Lap number 7. Drivers having some trouble. Bender and Paul Dillon with issues. So making his way towards the top 10 position, let's go check out the Barbie man himself, John Sayer, the 369 machine. Close to knocking on the door of a top 10. He's got to make up about 3.5 seconds, and there you can see it. It doesn't look like much, but 3.5 seconds. It's quite a big gap, but at road course, not necessarily a huge gap. Definitely something that can be made up. Definitely something that can be given up within the course of a lap or two. So a few bad corners, and we'll see if Sarah has the speed to get there. Kevin Santana has some issues. Mark Axelson has some issues as well. Drivers at the front of the field going to have some problems, and David Tamara will capitalize. We join the front of the field with Tamara hitting in the second position. Now Mark Axelson going to drop a spot. Kevin Santana going to go all the way back to 4th. So let's see what happened here between Kevin Santana and Mark Axelson. We're going to back it up. Let's check the replay real quick. And there you can see Santana already around. The pass for that second position. Let's go check that pass out real quick. And there it is. Santana having issues through the corkscrew. And Sharkey going to go by. David Tamara going to go by. And then Mark Axelson having some problems. We'll see what happened here to Axelson. And just like the lap before, Axelson going to have problems in the same corner that Santana did. And Tamara going to capitalize, and we're going to rejoin back at the front of the field live once again. Now only, it looks like 3 drivers out there still with clean races in hand. The 49 of Ethan Wilson, the 014 of David Tamara, and running in the 5th position, Evan Smith in the 17. Clean race still in hand here for the 17 machine. Ten laps into tonight's 30-lap event. Over 60 miles of racing action here from WeatherTech Raceway. And your race leader, Ethan Wilson, slowly beginning to close in on a handful of back markers as we run around the track. Looks like we've got one retirement already here tonight. Johan Wilson to the 44 will call it an evening. It will head back to the hauler. Paul Dillon also with issues here tonight. The 113 going to fall out of the running order. His night's going to come to a close early. That's going to leave us with just 18 drivers on the track and only 17 left on the lead lap. 46 of Frenchie will head to pit road this time around. There you can see Frenchie making his green flag pit stop. Everybody gonna have to stop at least one time. We'll see when your leaders come to pit road. We're just sitting here watching this 014 just very smooth around this track, not really utilizing a lot of the curbing, not really opening the track up, as some like to call it, really utilizing. Then we see that concrete runoff area, and Mark Axelson right behind him showed a prime example of that. Keeping it nice and tight is that 14. We're down there, you can see him drift off just a little bit for the most part, though, keeping it on that solid paved part. A little bit of a moment there. It looks like a handful of drivers are beginning to slowly make their way to pit road. The 46 of Frenchie is coming to pit road. Raymond Causey also on to pit road. Axelson beginning to reel in Tamara once again for that second position. And with green flag pit stops looming in the air, a handful of drivers already off of the lead lap. We're going to be down to just 15 drivers remaining on the lead lap. Make that 14 now, as James Schultz has fallen behind your race leader. The 49 of Ethan Wilson just now making his way past James Schultz, so move the 14 of Vanderhaven to the final spot. And it looks like we're having a little bit of words that a driver with some trouble out there tonight. Tell you what, we're going to see if we can't get a handful of words real quick with the driver down there on pit road behind the wheel of the 46 machine. Frenchie, what you doing down there on pit road, bud?
Today, I don't know what's wrong with the 46, but she wasn't performing spec.
Well, man, tell us how the track is out there. It seems that the track seems to be pretty clean for the most part. Any particular corners out there that are really giving a lot of these drivers a fit in these new LMP2s?
It's pretty fair all the way around. The corkscrew is the hairy one. When you're trying to slow it up there, coming up over the hill, and you got to make that left-right. It's kind of hairy. I've gone off there a couple of times in this race. Probably saw that. Anyway, that's probably where I got all my damage.
Well, we're not gonna hit you while you're down. I mean, that'd just be rude. You know what I mean? I mean,
that's no problem, buddy. You can hit me anytime you want.
Well, I want to ask your opinion here. I got a car out there that I've had my eye on. I've been watching them quite a bit here. Have you seen John Sayers' livery?
I wait a minute. Is that? I think I have. Is that the Barbie girl livery?
Yes, it is. Absolutely phenomenal, man. This guy's great. I like this guy.
He's pretty fun to run around there. He's a good shit. I haven't seen his livery. I gotta find him and see what this looks like. So it's kind of, I saw it once. It was kind of pink, wasn't it?
Yeah, pink and powder blue. It seriously, I like it. I'm not making fun. Anybody out there in the chat watching, joining us here tonight, all the race fans, I'm not making fun. I promise you, I'm not. I've got 2 daughters.
So this is the first time I'm watching it on the broadcast, and it's actually pretty cool. I like it a lot, actually.
See, yeah, it's not just me. Just saying. It's nice.
The colors work. The colors work.
I think I'd buy the Power Wheel. I really would. Really would.
That would be funny. Yeah. Oh my God. These guys are putting on a show though. Like I was kind of leery on the caution flag, in the first 3-4 laps, but man, they kept it together. We have a good bunch of drivers here, and they ran that first bunch of laps without any cautions, and I don't think there was even a spin in the first couple of laps.
No, I believe it was about lap number 3 or 4 that we seen our first real incident. I mean, a running wide off the track. I'm not really going to call that a racing incident, even though iRacing might, as we have a battle for that second position right now. Tamara and Axelson going at it. Sharkey looking to the outside, but the 014 going to keep it tight to the center. And no, Axelson not going to be able to make that pass. They'll go up the hill and towards the corkscrew. But, yeah, I believe, everybody, just about everybody, really. I mean, you're going to put a tire off the track here and there, so I don't really consider those incidents. Mark going to have some issues, yeah. Big issues there. A right front lockup. He's going to miss the corkscrew, and there it is. You said it. Corkscrew is really the problem here tonight, and that's where we've seen the majority of the issues from drivers, as Llewellyn's going to bring that 019 to pit road. More drivers following behind, going to pit road. Kevin Santana on the pit road as well.
So we're probably in the pit window. This is probably what's going on right now. Like when I pitted, I was probably one lap shy. I was kind of hoping that it was going to be my pit window, but it wasn't. So that's why I kind of ducked out. It just put me so far back that.
Yeah, a handful of drivers. I think Raymond Causey in the 09. He came to pit road back on lap number 11, so about, 29 laps or so to go. What is that close to the fuel window? And, I'm asking because I honestly have no clue what the fuel mileage is in these things.
So I think it's a 30-lap race. I'm hoping, I was hoping for 14, 15. That's where I was kind of watching to get my fuel in, but that's kind of what's going on now, I believe, isn't it? Yeah, lap 17. So it's maybe the guys up front can stretch it out a little bit, now that some of the guys are pitting, they're going to be starting to think about going in themselves because they don't want the undercut. So faster you get in, the faster you undercut, or you get out and don't get undercut. So that's what's going on right now, I believe.
Yeah, and with road course racing, you're mentioning those the undercuts and the long runs when it comes to the pit cycles and the pit strategy. A big part of that undercut too is the pit road delta that seems to be right now looking. Kevin Santana is going to be the measuring stick for this one. The 666, 57.3 second pit road delta. So. Depending on where you're at, if you're back there deep in the field, somewhere I would say around the 7th or 8th position, anything further back from that, you're going to have a huge mistake, I think, out of those front runners to really make that undercut work. Just because the pit road delta, you've been down there, they'll go down there. You got to be within a certain distance, if that makes sense. Anybody familiar with Formula One understands what I'm getting at here. I probably mucked it up and got everybody confused, and that's just what we do up here.
No, what undercut works down, past 7th, but you're only gaining if you're running tight with the guy in front of you, and you pit early. You might gain a position. You're not going to gain 10. You might gain 1. Because these guys are pretty consistent. It's all about consistency right now, and that's where the undercut comes in. That's one more position that you can gain, and maybe a few more points for the season. So, and as you know, this is a point season, I believe, for this car and track combo. So keep in tune.
Mark Axelson comes to pit road from the front, so the undercut, man, Frenchie right here. This may work out for Axelson. He's going to lose one spot so far to the 52, but we're going to see if he's going to be able to leapfrog over Tamara and trying to reel in Wilson a little bit here. Santana already to pit road back on lap 16. So that's going to be a close battle, I believe, when they rejoin together. I think Axelson's going to come in just out in front of Santana here. That's going to be a close battle off of pit road, I believe, that pit cycle.
Yeah, this probably is. Tamara is still out there. I don't know. He's got probably a huge tank, I guess.
Yeah, well, Tamara to pit road right here. This time by.
Yep,
the 014 to pit road. That's going to leave just, I believe, a handful of drivers. The 093, Fast Freddy, the 74 machine, your pole sitter, Ethan Wilson. They've yet to come to pit road for their first pit stop of the evening. Andy in the 34, he's a little deeper in the field right now, but he's yet to make his pit stop.
So we got the 69 going into turn 9, and Tamara just pulling into his pits right now. So we'll see how the race off pit road goes for Tamara.
It looks like Mark Axelson may have had some problems here.
Oh.
Axelson with some issues, and he's going to head straight to pit road. That means the tow truck was called. We're going to have to check out a replay on this one. Wilson still showing the way. Big advantage right now as second place runner David Tamara still on pit road. Kevin Santana going to take over the third position. 52 in the 093 to pit road. So while we've got a moment here, what's race leader do? He's going to stay out on the track, so Ethan Wilson continuing to stretch this run. But let's go check this Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet replay. What happened to Axelson here? And he's going to lock it up, and he's going to have trouble through the corkscrew.
So I was just chatting with my guys in the field here, and I heard that Axelson spun out on his own. I guess I'm not sure. What's the replay tell you?
Yeah, we've got a couple replays of it right here. We're gonna get another camera view. There it is up over the first corner. Gonna loop it around and nose it into the concrete barrier, and that's gonna just hurt the engine enough that he's gonna have to hit that tow truck. And well, that easy, that quick, from inside of a podium position all the way outside of the top 15. Trouble in road course racing is a little different than, beating and banging on the NASCAR side of things.
Oh god, yeah. These cars, they can only take so much abuse and only a few off tracks. And the more gravel you drive into them tires, the less grip you get. So you gotta be careful.
Now, I gotta ask you here, Frenchie. I mean, Ethan Wilson, we're watching him out here on track. He's gonna come to pit road this time by, so we're not gonna push the issue anymore. I was gonna say, how long does he stay out there? Because I mean, he's almost lapped the entire field by extending this green flag run this long. A handful of drivers are gonna get themselves back on the lead lap, but as a driver that is in the series and has been present over the first 8 weeks of racing action behind the wheel of the GT4s and the GT3s. At one point, or is there a point in the race where you kind of feel, I don't want to necessarily say depressed or dejected, but is there ever a point when you're just like, man, what are these guys doing?
That's almost nightly with this group. I mean, it's there's a fast bunch of guys in this group, and Ethan is a force to be reckoned with, and he has the skill and the equipment to do it, right? So when you see him show up on your relative, he's chomping 30 seconds behind you, then all of a sudden you look on the relative and he's 28, 26. That's kind of when you think, oh man, I have no pace tonight. I don't know what I'm going to do. And that was part of the reason tonight I had gone off track a couple of times. We had an incident where my spotter told me there was a car on the inside on one of the, it was turn 2, so I just kind of veered off to the right and went into the gravel. But after I got back on, and he was within 10 seconds of me, so I thought, oh, it's day's done. There's no way I'm getting up front, so I thought I'd come here and bug you. Oh, we got a crash in the carousel. Nope. And we're back on.
Yeah, we're watching race leader for a moment here as he goes back across the start-finish line and heads towards turn number 1. So we missed a little bit of issues in the corkscrew this time around. The 420 of James Schultz going to come to pit road. This is going to be his first green flag pit stop. And really, you only need the one pit stop to get through the entire race length here tonight. Coming up over these next 3 weeks, though, before we let you go, Frenchie, is there any one of these next 3 weekends that really kind of sticks out to you as the place that...
My favorite, after running the 24-hour, I'd hope that I'd be, somewhat competitive down there. So Daytona, I guess, would be the one.
All right. Well, Frenchie, we do appreciate you coming down here, hanging out with us for a good portion of the race. Unfortunately, you did get to hang out for us. Fortunate for me because I got somebody to talk to and hang out with, but unfortunately for you, it's going to end up in a little bit of a lackluster points day. But nonetheless, man, I hope things turn around for you when we hit the track next week. And until then, stay safe, keep it fast, and if there's a fender, I want a signature, and go ahead and put it in the mail.
You know what? I'll try to scrounge up a fender for you, but you got to scrounge up that Western Grindings guy there. Maybe he can send you a little bit of merch and sign some stuff for you. That old E-Racer by, man, he's fast and he's got some kudos too, right?
Oh, well, see, we got to wait for him to get into victory lane with some champagne spilled on it and some confetti, and then it's worth even more, so that's when I'm going to get him.
Yeah, that's right. When he doesn't realize what he's signing, he can get him to sign a bunch of stuff.
Exactly. Well, Frenchie, again, my man, sorry we had to talk to you under unfortunate circumstances, but until next time, as always, stay safe and stay fast.
All right, buddy. Thank you very much. We'll be seeing you on the flip side.
All right, there you have it. Frenchie, the 46 machine, has a little bit of damage. And while the mechanic's still working on that 46 machine, Frenchie decided to come up, knock on the broadcast booth door. We let him in, had some good conversations here. Always good to talk to a few of these drivers. Great personalities all through the field. And you can hear just how lighthearted they are. Could be down and dejected here tonight with a rough go at it. Gonna finish threes. Hit these admins up. Let them know you got some interest. And if you make the cut, you can find yourself out there on track with some of the best in the business. A lot of these road course ringers or road course aces, aliens if you must, out running those feature iRacing events as well, running those 24-hour races, those 12-hour races, the 6-hour races. And I know their schedule has been pretty busy as of late, and here he is front of the field with just 5 laps remaining. He'll make his way up through the corkscrew. Ethan Wilson looking to bring this Western Grinding 49 LMP2 to victory lane. Kevin Santana has been able to get by David Tamara for that second position. Tamara going to fall back to third now as Evan Smith takes over fourth. Jeff Spotswood back in fifth. John Sayre with an off-track moment, and that's going to be just enough to allow race leader Ethan Wilson to close in. And Sayre will fall off the lead lap. That's going to leave us with only 6 drivers left on the lead lap here tonight from Laguna Seca. Less than 10 miles remain here in race number 1 for the LMP2 machines. 4 weeks of LMP2 action coming at you before we crown the mini season champion. And after our 4th event, we will crown an overall Thursday Night Road Course Series champion for the moment. Kevin Santana in that 666 machine sitting on top of the overall point standings, coming in second here tonight, 8.3 seconds back with a 2-second advantage over third place runner Santana, in a good position for a good points finish. Three laps to go this time by. No real battles to speak of except for off of your lead lap. We're going to go right here. What do you think? We look at Chris Llewellyn as he tries to make up a position move from 9th to 8th on the track, closing in on that 0.93. Richard Vanderhaven going to go by Bender for that 14th position, a little deeper in the field. Bender going to fall back to 15th with James Schultz, the final driver on track, sitting in 16th. Close battle here. Santana trying to make his way by the back markers, the blue flag on display. And Llewellyn gonna let second place runner Kevin Santana by, as Santana now gonna close in on the 0.93, look to work his way around, and will it open up just enough of a door for Llewellyn to try to make that pass for position? Popsicle sticks on display for your race leader from the field, showing the way, dominating here tonight, leading every single lap, all 30 look to be in his back pocket, all 28 for the moment and belong to the 49 Western Grinding LMP2 machine. What a performance, really, by Wilson. I mean, lights out in happy hour. Took the pole position. He was quickest in your warm-up and he backed it up with race pace. Clean race here tonight as well. The 49, no off-track incidents, no moments here to speak of tonight. And Wilson showing what consistency and clean consistency can do for you. An 11-second advantage over David Tamarez. Kevin Santana's going to have some issues. Santana going to head back off the track once again, and it's been a common theme. Let's go back. Let's see where it happened. And oh, there it is. Lap cars involved, and oh boy. Somebody's not happy behind the wheel. Kevin Santana going to lose that second spot and fall back to third. White flag flies. Final lap here from Laguna Seca. David Tamara going to take over that second position. Kevin Santana back in third. Fourth place belongs to Evan Smith. Jeff Spotswood back in fifth. Up the hill into turn number 6. The 49 of Ethan Wilson heads uphill into the corkscrew now. Final few corners remaining here tonight from WeatherTech Raceway. Keeping it clean once again through the corkscrew down to turn number 10. Your race leader will come around turn number 10. Turn number 11 left. Only one corner remaining. And coming across the start-finish line this time around. Checkered flag on display. Your race winner, the 49 of Ethan Wilson. What a run here tonight. What a great Grand Prix for the man behind the wheel of that number 49 Western Grinding LMP2 machine. Walking away with the race win here tonight is Ethan Wilson. Job well done. Dominating performance. Led every single lap here tonight. And he's going to walk away with some confetti and champagne spilling here in just a few short moments. Wilson enjoying a nice, slow, cool down lap, giving some of the fans around this 2.2 mile racetrack a little bit of a photo opportunity. He's going to stop for a handful of fans right here by the fence. As Wilson gets ready to head to victory lane, we're going to step away and get ready for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back live from Laguna Seca. And back live trackside at the conclusion of tonight's race here from Laguna Seca. You could see your podium drivers all right there lined up. What a beautiful picture right here at these drivers walking away with podium positions. And I tell you what, we're going to dive right into our post race interviews. Let's see if we can have a word with a man sitting behind the wheel of that 014 machine. David, it's Dave. How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm good.
Walking away with a podium finish here tonight. You started from fourth. You're going to finish one spot up from there. Do you think there's anything you could have done maybe a little different strategy-wise to maybe possibly pick up one spot or maybe reel in Wilson?
I don't think so. They both faster than me. I just doing the best I can, the best I could, driving clean, keep my pace, 0x. That's all I can do.
Well, you did walk away with a clean race, so you're gonna, I believe, get yourself a little bit of bonus points for that one. We've got 3 more weeks coming at us with these LMP2 machines. Is there any particular track coming up in the course of these next 3 weeks that you think maybe you'll be able to sit it on that top spot?
I don't know. I just gonna drive whatever, whatever it is, whatever I can drive. The best I can do every time I race. Uh, if the guy in front of me faster and consistent, then they're gonna win. If they're not consistent, then I'm gonna take the spot.
Well, you know what? I gotta admire the honesty, just pure honesty right there. That you do what you can do, and hope for the best. And if it happens, it falls in your lap, awesome. And if not, then hey, you still did your best. And that's always a great way to look at things. And great to hear that kind of honesty out of a race car driver these days.
Yeah, especially those two, Ethan and Kevin. They both faster than me, and I think the last lap, Kevin has incident with the lap car, so that's not his fault. So I just give it to him the place.
All right. Well, that's a very rare thing. So we're gonna admire you a little bit more for that as well. But David, a heck of a race for you here tonight, starting off the 4-week mini season in these LMP2s with a podium finish. Congratulations with third place tonight. Before we let you go, though, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the race shop?
Yes. First of all, Western Grinding to sponsor the race. And then the second is you as a broadcaster. I enjoying it. After this, I'm gonna have dinner and I'm gonna watch the race. And then I thank to my wife and my daughter who let me driving this one every night.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna give you one piece of advice. If you don't want to get hit with a frying pan, you may want to start putting the wife first because they can be pretty angry. And remember, we go away, she doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not just poking a little fun at you, man. Congratulations here tonight. Great run for you and your crew. We'll see if you can back it up when we hit the track next week. But until then, as always, stay safe and keep it fast.
All right. Thank you.
All right, there you have it. A few final words for the man that walks away in the third position, as you heard. Santana did have some problems, but Tamara, being a stand-up gentleman racer that he is behind the wheel, gave that position back up. What was rightfully Santana's will be returned to Santana. And speaking of Kevin Santana, we're going to head across the track. Right there he is behind the wheel of this pretty cool looking 666 machine. Let's see if we can't have a few words with the man that walked away in second here tonight. Kevin, it's Dave. But second place, not too shabby, huh?
Yeah, I don't care for this track. I just never been able to get it to click.
Well, you had a one or two off-track little moments throughout the course of the night here tonight. The corkscrew seemed to really be the problem for a lot of drivers out there. How tough is it to get that I'm gonna call it a flick, just because I'm used to the open wheel Delaras instead of these closed cockpit machines, and we call it flicks of the wheel. How tough is it to really get these cars to bite with that overhill, off camber, corkscrew action that happens here on the backside of WeatherTech?
A lot of the problem for me is just the cars are so stiff, and then you can't see with the full cockpit and everything. You can't see anything, and I have no idea what happened to mine. It just all of a sudden kicked right on me.
Well, we did have a chance to ride on board a few times with a handful of drivers, and I got a little feeling for what you mean about not being able to see much. Very tight, closed cockpit. These LMP2 machines, but a lot of, I want to say, a lot of downforce should allow these cars to be pretty darty. How'd the car really feel overall, though?
I couldn't get the brakes to work quite right either. I mean, they were either locked in the front or trying to kick the rear end around. I just couldn't find a good balance.
Well, Kevin, you won the championship for the GT4s as well as the GT3s. You're starting off in the right direction. I know everybody wants to finish in first, but still a great points day for you. You're going to walk away with second here tonight. So eyeballing that overall championship, eyeballing LMP2 championship, you think you can turn things around and maybe grab a win next week or one of these final 3 weeks?
Next week, I'm not too sure. Not another one of my not very good tracks. But the 2 weeks after that, especially the last one, should be really good.
I was going to say, I mean, so far this season, I don't think we've ever heard you say not a good track or you don't like the track. So interesting that you got two tracks back to back, really, that you kind of don't care for. We'll see if we're going to be able to close out at, I believe Akiyama is next week. We'll see if you can close it out with a podium finish there as well. But for now, congratulations on second place. Before we let you go, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah, thank Ethan with Western Grinding for sponsoring this. Of course, my wife and daughter for putting up with me doing this and letting me do it every Thursday.
All right, Kevin, well, if that's it, we're going to go ahead and let you sail back to pit road and talk to the crew. Congratulations on a great podium showing as well. So, again, until next time, stay safe and keep it fast.
Thank you. Take it easy.
All right, there you have it. Final few parting words for the man that walked away in second place here tonight. Behind the wheel of that 666, Kevin Santana will come home in second. And that's going to move us front and center. Man of the moment, man of the hour behind the title sponsor. 49 Western Grinding LMP2 machine, Ethan Wilson. Congratulations on your checkered flag performance here tonight. How does it feel to dominate a track the way you did here from WeatherTech?
Dave, it's feeling really good. I just enjoyed waiting to taking in all the good feelings of our the Western Grinding team effort this weekend to put it on the top of the box. I'm just feeling really great tonight.
Well, I think we're going to have to get somebody with a blue Sharpie to run out there real quick. I know they're kind of contingency and they come with a car there, but you got a P2 sticker on there. We're going to have to put a P1 on there instead.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, you know why they put the P2. I was a perennial bridesmaid for for the last couple of weeks. I finished second so many times to warm my sister out. But tonight was the P1, top of the box. The Western Grinding Dallara LMP2 car was really on rails. The car, the way you drive this car with the aero really suits me. With a slow roll in entry and get back to throttle, use the aero, worked really well. The Western Grinding team prepared the car, had a nice balance, and I'm here from California. Laguna Seca is a home track for me, and so it all just really came together tonight, and felt real comfortable behind the wheel, and real pleased with the performance.
Well, comfortable might be an understatement. You're one of the only two drivers to walk away with a clean race here tonight, so not a single off-track moment, so that's going to help your point standings as well. But I want to talk to you a little bit about that. We're into the final 4-week mini season starting off here tonight in these LMP2 machines. You mentioned how these cars kind of run to your liking a little bit more. Do you think you can stop the show that has been put on by the man right to your, I believe that's going to be your right side out there on the track right now in these photo finishes? But Santana, he's been quick in those GT4 machines. Do you think he got what it takes in these LMP2s to take the fight to him?
Yeah, I think it'll be a combination of the tracks that we run here for the next 3 weeks. Kevin, he's really a great racer, great driver, puts a lot of pace. He put some pressure on me early, but I was able to maintain the speed, maintain the gap. The car is still tricky to drive. There was a couple times I had to catch it, let him close up the gap, but I got focused back in on what I was doing, cleaned it up. I feel pretty confident if I can make all the balance of 3 races. There's a good chance for me to take the LMP2 title part of this, but I think Clutch's overall lead is far enough that he'll be the overall champion. But either way, Dave, doesn't matter so much. I just get in the car, focus on putting in my best performance, and let the results fall as they